Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon. But oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires.
4 days. 4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow near bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, stir the Athenian youth up to merriment. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love doing thee injury. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation am I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander, and my gracious Duke. This man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child, and stolen the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of thy hair with rings. Gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats, messengers of strong prevailment in unhardened youth. With cunning hast he filched my daughter's heart, and turned her obedience, which is due to me, into stubborn harshness. And be it so, she will not here agree to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her according to our law. It shall be either to this gentleman or to her death.
What say you, Hermia? Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
Of himself he is, but in this case, wanting your father's voice, the other is worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather, your eyes must give his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold. In such a presence, here to plead my thoughts, nor how it may concern my modesty. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case, if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your youth, know of your desires, whether if you yield not to your father's will, you can endure the livery of a nun, chanting faint hymns to the cold and fruitless moon.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next full moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me, upon that day prepare to die the death for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for aye austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield the praised title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you? Marry him!
Lordful Lysander, truly he hath my love, and what is mine, my right shall render him. And she is mine, and on my right of her I shall estate under Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll vouch it to his head, made love to Nether's daughter, Helena, and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I had heard so much, and with Demetrius not to have spoke thereof. For you, fair Hermia, Look, you arm yourself to fit your fancies, to fit your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up to death or to single life. Come, Hippolyta, what cheer, my love? Demetrius and Aegeus, go along.
With duty and desire we follow thee.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me. The course of true love never did run smooth, but either it was different in blood,
Oh, cross, too high to be enthralled to low.
or else misgraft in respect of years,
Oh, spite, too old to be engaged to young.
or else it stood upon the choice of friends,
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
or if there were sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it as momentary as a breeze, swift as a shadow, short as any dream. So quick bright things come to confusion.
If the true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then we must teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears.
A good persuasion. Therefore, trust me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house, remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee. And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then still forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, there will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke, in that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
He promised love. Look, here comes Helena.
Good morrow, fair Helena, whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again, unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Your eyes are lodestars. Sickness is catching, oh, her favor so. Yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My eyes would catch your sign, sweet melody. Ah, teach me how you look and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns could teach my smile such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
Huh. None but your beauty. Would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. When Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearls the bladed grass, a time that lover's flight doth still conceal, through Athens' gates have we devised to steal.
And in the wood, where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there Lysander and myself shall meet. Keep word, Lysander. We must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow, deep midnight. Helena, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Farewell, sweet playfellow.
Mwah. 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 Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens, I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind. And therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood tomorrow night will he pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. For herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have a sight thither and back again.
Man by man according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit through all Athens, to play in our interlude for the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, and then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and the most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth the actors by the scroll. Master, stretch yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Knitbottom the Weaver.
Ready. Name what part I am for and proceed.
You, Knitbottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
That will ask some true tears in the performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. Yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Heracles rarely. Or a part to tear a cat in, to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from far, and make and mar the foolish fate! That was lofty. Name the rest of the players.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What's Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith, let me not play a woman. I've a beard coming.
You shall play it in a wig, and you may speak as slow as you
And I may have my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Oh, Pyramus! Lover dear! I'm Thisbe dear! I'm lady
No, no. You must play Pyramus and flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starvery, the tailor. Here, Peter Quince. You must take on Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker. Here, Peter Quince. You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner. You, the lion's part. And here I hope we have a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? If it be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
And I may play the lion too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
And you should do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess of the ladies, that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
I grant you, friends, that if you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove.
No, you may play no part but Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a most lovely gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
I will discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, or your purple and grain beard, or your French crown-colored beard, your perfect yellow.
Then you shall play barefaced. But, masters, here are your parts. And I am to entreat you, to desire you, to request you, to con them by tomorrow night. And meet me in the palace wood, a mile without the town, by moonlight. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Be perfect. Take pains. Adieu.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, thorough bush, thorough briar, over park, over pale, thorough flood, thorough fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy queen, to dew her orbs upon the grave. Farewell, thou lob of spirits. I'll be gone. Our queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed, the queen come not within his sight. For Oberon is passing fell and wrath, for that she as her attendant hath a lovely boy, stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train, to chase the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen, they never meet, but they do square, for all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape and making quite, or you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin, those that hobgoblin call you, and sweet Puck. You do their work, and they shall have good luck. Are you not thief?
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile. Your wisest aunt telling the saddest tales. Sometime for 3 footstool mistaketh me. Oh, yeah. Then slip I from her bum. And down, double she! And the whole choir holds their hips and laughs, and waxing in their mirth and sneezing where a merrier hour was never wasted there. But Rosemary, here comes Oberon!
And here my mistress, would that you were gone!
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What? Jealous Oberon! Very skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton! Am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of corn sat all day, playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here, come from the farthest steppe of India? But that, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your buskin mistress and your warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania? Glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus.
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never since the middle summer spring met we on hill and dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beaten margins of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind, but with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air that rheumatic diseases do abound, and through this distemperature we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frost bar on the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old times' thin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, the childing autumn, angry winter change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votaress of my order, but she being mortal if that boy did die. And for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away! We shall try downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest that very time I saw Cupid, all armed, flying between the cold moon and the earth. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal, throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wounds, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me that herb, and be thou here again.
I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this flower, I'll watch Titania while she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she waking looks upon, be it on lion or bear, wolf or bull, on meddling monkey or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? We are invisible, and will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is my Savior, and fair Hermia, the one I'll slayeth, the other slayeth me? Thou told me they were stolen unto this wood, and here I am a wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or do I not in plainest truth tell you, I do not nor cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more.
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege. For that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night. Nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you in my respect are all the world.
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
Run when you will. The wildest hath not such a heart as you.
I will not stay on thy questions. Let me go.
Fine! Your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. Demetrius, I'll make a heaven of hell to die upon the hand I love so well. I'll follow thee.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere thou leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Welcome, wanderer. Hast thou the flower there?
Aye, there it is.
I pray you give it me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where ox lives and the nodding violet grows, quite o'er-canopied with woodbine, with sweet musk roses and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. With the juice of this I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek about this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Effect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon his love. And look thou, meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so. Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood. And, to speak troth, I have forgot our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one throat.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sin, sweet of my innocence.
So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life ends.
Amen to that fair prayer, say I, and in life when I in loyalty. Here is my bed. Here. Here. Sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed. Mwah.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none. Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despise the Athenian maid. And here the maiden, sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul. Churl. Upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I'm gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Stay, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence. Do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril. I alone will go.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoe'er she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's fiery eyne? But who is here? Lysander on the ground, dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire will I for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where's Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What, though he loved your Hermia, Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love, who will not change a raven for a dove.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is it not enough, young man, that I did never, no, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye, but you must flout my insufficiency? I thought you lorded more true gentleness.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayst thou come Lysander near. And all my powers attend and might to honor Helen and to be her knight.
Smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? What, removed? Lysander, Lord, I swoon almost with fear. No? Then I well perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you will find immediately.
marvelous, convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage. This hawthorn brake, our tiring house. And we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw sword to kill himself, which the ladies will never abide. How answer you that?
By our lake in a perilous fear. I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say that we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of their fear.
Well, we shall have such a prologue. Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion? I should fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in God shield us. A lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell me he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same effect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would request you, or I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, for pity on my life. My life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man. As other men are. And there indeed you must name his name and tell them plainly that he is Snug the Joiner.
Well, we shall have such a prologue. But there are two hard things. That is, to bring moonlight into a chamber. For you know, Pyramus and Thisbe did meet by moonlight. Doth the moon shine that night we play our plays?
Oh, a calendar! A calendar! Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Why, then we may leave the casement of the great chamber window where we do our play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Well, we may, or one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lanthorn and say he comes to disfigure or present the person of moonshine. Then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber. For Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through the chink of a wall. You can never bring in a wall. What sayest thou, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall. And let him have some plaster, or some lime, or some rough cast about him. And let him hold his fingers thus. And through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
Well, if that may be, then all is well. But, come, masters, rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that grate. And so, everyone, according to his cue.
What Hambit homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What? A play tour? I'll be an auditor. An act or two, perhaps, if I see cause.
Pyramus, begin. Thisbe,
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savors sweet.
Odors.
Odors savor sweet, so hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a sight. Stay thou here a while, and by will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus than ever played he.
Must I speak now?
Aye, Mary, must you. For you must understand he goes and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily-white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant briar, as true as truest horse that would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninus tomb, man. You must not say that once. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak your part all at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tired.
As true as truest horse that would never tire.
If I were fair Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, monster is so strange. We are haunted. Pray, masters, fly, masters, now!
I'll follow you. I'll lead you about around. Through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometime a horse I'll be. Sometime a hound, a hog, a headless bear. Sometime a fire, and neigh, and bark, and grunt, and roar, and burn like a horse, hound, hog, bear, fire at every turn.
Why do they run away? Is this a knavery to make me a fear?
Father, thou art changed. What do I see on me?
What do you see?
Oh, blessed one and blessing, thou art translated.
Do you see an ass, do you? This is a knavery to make an ass of me. But this is to frighten me if they could. But I shall not be stirred from this place. I will walk up and down here. I shall sing. They shall hear. I am not afraid. The finch, the sparrow, the lark, the plainest song, cuckoo gray, whose note full many a man doth mark, and dares not answer, nay. Indeed, whose wit so foolish a bird, who would give a bird a lie, though he cry, cuckoo!
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sign again. Mine eye is much enamored of thy signs. So is mine eye enthralled to thy shape. Thy fair virtues force perforce doth move me on the first beautiful day to swear I love thee.
Not so neither. For if I had enough company to get out of this wood, nay, I shall plead upon occasion.
Thou art as beautiful as thou art wise.
Not so neither. For if I had enough wit to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve my own turn.
Out of this wood, do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and sign while thou on pressing flowers dost sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness very spirit go.
Fairies! Ready!
And I.
And I.
And I.
What shall we do?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gamble in his eyes. Feed him with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humble bees, and for night takers crop their waxen thighs, and light them the fiery glowworm's eyes, to have my love to bed and to arise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesy.
Hail, mortal!
Hail.
I beseech, what's your mistress' name?
Cobweb.
Oh, good Master Cobweb, if I shall cut my finger, I shall make a bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman?
Peace Blossom.
Command me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and Master Peacock, your father. Oh, it's good to make your acquaintance, good Master Peace Blossom. Your name, good sir? Mustard Seed. I know your patience well. That same ox-like beef have devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise your kindred have made my eyes water ere now. It's good to make your acquaintance, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come, wait upon him. Lead him to my bower. Tie up my love's hands. Bring him silently.
Then what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. Now, mad spirit, what might rule about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monstrous love, near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dole and sleeping hour, the cruel masters, rude mechanicals that worked for bread upon the Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus, his natural day, the shallowest thick skin of this barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break, when I did him at this advantage take, an ass's no lie fixed on his head, when in that moment so it came to pass, Titania wait, and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise, but hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice as I bid thee do?
I took him sleeping. That is finished too. Boop, boop. And the Athenian woman by his side, for when he waked, for she must be I.
Stand close. This is that same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe?
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse.
For thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'er shoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. It cannot be but thou hast murdered him. Good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog! Out, cur! Hast thou slain him then?
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I'm not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead for aught I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get there for?
A privilege never to see me more. And from thy hated presence part I so, whether he be dead or no, see me no more.
I'll not follow her in this fierce vein. Go here for a while. I shall remain. For sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow. For death that's bankrupt, sleep doth sorrow of.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love sight. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue some true love turn, and not a false turn true.
Then fate o'errules that one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath, huh?
About these woods go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion look thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go, look how I go. Swifter than the arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, dipped in Cupid's archery, sink in apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Oh Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Stand aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to array.
Then we'll chew it one through one, and that must needs be sport alone, and those things that befall preposterously do best please me. Why should you think that I should ruin scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vows so born in their nativity all truth appears.
You do advance your cunning more and more when truth kills truth. Oh, devilish holy fray! These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh.
I had no judgments when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh!
Oh! Helena! Goddess! Nymph! Perfect, divine! To what, my love, shall I compare thine eye? Oh, how ripe in show thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow. Hold us out thou hand. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you all are bent to set against me for your merriment. Can you not hate me as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? A trim exploit, a manly enterprise to conjure tears in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia. This you know I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart and Hermia's love, I yield you up my part, and yours of Helen to me bequeath, whom I do love, and will do till my death.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. And now to Helen, is it home returned?
Ah! Helen! It is not so!
Despair is not the fate thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thy abide, dear. Look, where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay, whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him bide. Fair Helen, who more engilds the night than all young Larios and eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You say not as you think, it cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired, have you with these contrived, to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent, oh, is all forgot? We two grew together, like to a double cherry, two lovely fairies molded on one stem. And will you rent our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend?
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander as in scorn to follow me and praise mine eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander tender me forsooth affection, but by your setting on, by your consent? What? Though I be not so in grace as you, but miserable most to love unloved? This you should pity.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persever, counterfeit, sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink each at other, keep the sweet jest up. But fare ye well, 'tis partly mine own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse.
Oh, excellent.
Wait, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee. By my life I do.
I love you more than he can do.
If you say so, withdraw, and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, whereto tends all this?
Hang off, thou cat. Thou burr, vile thing, let loose or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
You do not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I'll not trust your word.
What? Should I hurt her? Strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh me, what news, my love? Am not I Hermia? Are not you Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me, yet since night you left me, why then you left me? In earnest, shall I say?
Aye, by my life, and never didst desire to see thee more. Therefore be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain, nothing truer, 'tis no jest, that I do hate thee. Ah! And love, Helena.
Oh, me! You juggler! You canker blossom! You thief of love! What? Have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine, if faith, have you no modesty, no maiden shame? Fine, you counterfeit, you puppet, you...
Puppet? Why so? That will go to me. I get so well that my nails can reach unto thine eyes! Ah!
I pray you, though you mock me
me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness. I am a right maid for my cowardice. Oh, let her not strike me. Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. And now, so you will let me quiet go. To Athens will I bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go.
Why, get you gone. Who is it that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
Demetrius.
Be not afraid. She shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, and she is angry. She is keen and shrewd, and though she does seem gentle, she is fierce.
Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her.
Get you gone.
Let her alone. Speak not of Helena. Take not her part.
Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest, to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee. She fight, child.
You mistress! All this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you, nor stay longer in your cursed company. I am amazed and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest or else commits thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I understood. And so far am I glad it so did sort, for this their jingling I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. Hie, therefore, Robin, overcast the night. The starry welkin cover thou anon with drooping fog as black as Acheron, and lead these testy rivals so astray as one come not within the other's way. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When next they wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision. Whilst I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy, and then I will her charmed I release from monster's view, and all things shall be peace.
My very lord, this must be done with haste, for night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger.
Then notwithstanding, haste, make no delay. We may effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down! Up and down! I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Here comes one. Where art thou, proud Demetrius? I'll be with thee straight.
Thou runaway, thou coward!
Oh!
Yea, where art thou?
When I come where he calls, then he is gone. And fallen am I in dark and uneven way. And here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day. I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite. Ho, 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 coward! Why comest thou not?
Abide thou, dearest. Thou runnest before me, shifting every place. You darest not stand or look me in the face. Nay, then thou mockest me. Thou shalt buy it, dear. Now go thy way. Faintness constraineth me. To lay on my length on this cold bed. By tomorrow's approach, look to be visited.
tedious night, abate thy hours. Shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight, from these that my poor company detest. And sleep that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet but 3. Come one more. 2 of both kinds makes up 4. Here she comes. Cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with the dew and torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me till break of day. If they mean a fray, heaven's shield Lysander.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye.
Make sure you get the honey back. And good Monsieur, make sure the honey bag not break. I loathe to see you without the honey bag. Where is Senor Moth?
Ready.
Senor Moth, I pray you leave your will.
What's your will?
Help Cobry Cobweb to scratch. For I must to the barber, Senor, for my face is marvelous hairy. I am such a tender ass. If my hair do but tickle, I must scratch.
Oh, say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Truly, provender. I'd like a pail of dried oats and a bottle of hay. Sweet hay, good hay.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I shall take 2 dried peas. not stir me, for I feel a bit of sleep exposition upon her.
Fairies, be gone, and be always away. Oh, how I love thee. How I dote on thee. Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms.
Welcome, Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity, for meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet favors for this hateful fool. For she, his hairy temples then had rounded with a coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers. I did upbraid her and fall out with her. When I had at my leisure taunted her, and she in mildest terms begged my patience, I straight did ask of her changeling boy, which straight she gave me, and a fairy sent to bring him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he awaking when the other do, may all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first, I will release the fairy queen. Dian's bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. See as thou wast wont to see, be as thou wast wont to be. Now, Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Robin, take off this head.
Now when thou wakest with thine own fool's eyes, peep!
Now, my queen, take hands with me and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly, and bless it to all fair prosperity. There shall all the lovers be wedded, all in jollity.
My fairy lord, attend and mark. I do see the morning light.
Then, my queen, in silence sad, trip we after night's shade. We the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and on our flight, tell me how it came this night that I sleeping here was found, with these mortals on the ground.
But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep. This Lysander is. This Demetrius. And this Helena. I wonder of their being here together.
But speak, Aegeus, is not this the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Good morrow, friends. St. Valentine's is past. Begin these woodbirds but to couple now?
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world, that hate is so far from jealousy to sleep by hate, and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly. Half sleeping, half awake, but as yet I swear I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly would I speak, and I do bethink me, so it is, I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be married without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough, my lord, enough. You have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They wouldn't be stolen away and betrayed us, Demetrius, you of your wife and me of my consent.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their scout, of this hither to this wood, and I in fury hither followed them, and Helena in fancy following me. But my good lord, I woke not by what my power is, but by some power it is. My love for Hermia melted as the snow, seems to me now. The virtue of my heart, the object and pleasure of mine eye, are all in Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia. Now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we more will hear anon.
Aegeus, I will overbear your will, for in the temple by and by with us these couples shall eternally be knit.
Away with us to Athens. 3 and 3 will hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and undistinguishable.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye when everything seems double. So methinks. And I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are awake? It seems that yet we sleep, we dream. Do you not think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father, and Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why then we are awake. Let us follow him, and let us recount our dreams. When my cue comes, call me. I'll answer, fair Pyramus. Hi-ho! Peter Quince, flute, snap, starveling. The gods have stolen my life and left me asleep. I've had the most rare vision. I've had a dream past the wit of man. But if man is but an ass, if he go about to expung this dream, methought I was there. Methought I had. But man is but a patched fool. For all for what he thought I had. The eye of man hath not heard. The ear of man hath not seen. The hand of man not able to taste. His tongue not able to conceive. Nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream. Because it hath no bottom. And I shall sing it at the latter end of the play, before the Duke. And to make it more gracious, I shall sing it at her step.
No one's seen him. Without a doubt, he's transported.
If he come not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it? It is not possible. You have not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus, but he? No, he hath the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple with 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made men.
Oh, sweet bully bottom. Thus has he lost 6 a day during his life. And the Duke had given him 6 a day for playing Pyramus. He would have deserved it. 6 a day in Pyramus or nothing.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts? Master!
Oh, sweet bully bottom. Oh, most gracious day, oh, most happy hour.
Masters, I am no discourse wonders, but ask me not what if I tell you I am no true Athenian. I will tell you everything just as it fell out.
Well, tell us, sweet bottom.
Not a word of you. All I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together, good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps, and meet presently at the palace. Every man look o'er his part, for the short and long of it is, our play is preferred! Let Disney have clean linen, and let him not who plays the lion pare his nails, for they should hang out like lion's claws. And most dear actors eat no onions, nor no garlic, for we must utter sweet breath. And I do not doubt to hear them say it is a sweet comedy. No more words, away, away! Away! Away!
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies, that apprehend more than cool reason comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact.
And as imagination bodies forth the forms of things unknown, the poet's pen turns them to shapes and gives to airy nothing local habitation in the name.
Such tricks have strong imagination.
That if it would but apprehend some joy,
It comprehends some bringer of that joy.
or in the night imagining some fear.
How easy is a bush supposed to bear?
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth in fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More than to us, waiting your royal walks, your board, your bed.
I pray you all sit down. Come now, what revels are at hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Is there a play?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I've known a play. A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love, Thisbe. Very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical. Tedious and brief.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let's begin.
If we offend, it is with our goodwill, that you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill, to show our simple skill. That is the true beginning of our end. We are not here that you should here repent you, or that you should here content you. The actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you are like to know.
This fellow doth not stand on points.
He rids himself of the prologue like a rough colt. He knows not to stop.
Indeed, he hath played on his prologue like a child on a recorder, a sound, but not in government.
Who's next?
Gentles, perhaps you wonder at this show. This man is Pyramus. If you would know. This beauteous lady, this we is certain. This man is Wall. That vile Wall. This man with lanthorn, bush of thorn, and dog presenteth moonshine. This grisly beast, which lion hight by name, did scare away, or rather did affright, the trusty Thisbe coming first by night. Black lion, moonshine, Wall, and lovers twain at large discourse while there they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord. One lion may what many asses do. It is the wittiest partridge in the air I saw, my lord. Oh, grim looks night. Oh, night of you so black. Oh, night, whichever art with day is not. Oh, night. Oh, night. Oh, night. Alack. 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 I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgotten. And thou, O Wall, oh sweet and lovely Wall, that stands between her father's ground and mine. Thou, Wall, oh sweet, oh lovely Wall, show me thy cheek to blink through with my eye. Thanks, courteous Wall. Jove shield thee well. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see, O wicked Wall, to whom I see no bliss. Come by thy stones for deceiving me.
The Wall, I think, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's key. See, at the internet, I am the spy through the wall. You shall see with all the path as I told you. Yonder, she comes.
O Wall, full often hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus and me. These cherry lips have often kissed thy stones. Like stones with lime and hair knit up in me.
I see a voice to the cheek to spy and see my Bixby's face. Bixby!
My love thou art, my love I think.
Oh, kiss me through this hole, this vile wall.
I kiss the wall's hole and not your lips at all.
Without me admitting to straight away.
Thus have I wall, my part discharges so, and being done, thus wall away doth go.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I saw.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst no worse, if imagination mend them.
It must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
Here come two noble beasts in, a man and a lion.
You, ladies, you, whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here. When lion, in wild rage, then know that I once snubbed the joiner at. A lion fell. Or else no lion dash. For if that I should, as lion, come and strike into this place, for pity on my life.
A very gentle beast and of good persuasion.
The very best of the beasts that e'er I saw, my lord.
This lanthorn does the horned moon present. Myself, the man of the moon, do seem to be.
Why, this is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put in the lanthorn. How is it else the man in the moon?
He dares not come there for the candle, for you see it's already in snuff.
I am aweary of this moon. Would he would change.
We must stay the time.
Proceed, moon.
All that I have to say is to tell you, this lanthorn is the moon, myself the man in the moon, this thorn bush my thorn bush, and this dog my dog.
Why all these should be in the lanthorn when all these are in the moon? Here comes Bixby.
This is old Minnie's tomb. Where's my love? Oh!
Well roared, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
show, Moon. Truly, the moon shines with good grace.
Well moused, Lion.
And so the lion vanished.
And then came fairness. Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams, I trust to take the truest of this sight. But stay, oh spite, but mark your night, what dreadful dole is here? Eyes, do you see? How can it be? Oh dainty duck, oh dear, thy mantle good, what stained with blood? Approach ye fairies fair.
This passion and the death of a dear friend might go near to making a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Which is no, it was the fairest thing that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Oh, wherefore nature did our lions frame, since lions are fouled, my dear. Come, tears, confound. Out sword and wound, the back of Pyramus, I that left path, where heart doth hop. Thus die I, thus. Now I am dead. Now I am fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now, die. Now,
She shall find him by starlight, and her passion ends the play.
Asleep, my love? What? Dead? My dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise. Dead. Dead. The tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. These lily lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone. Are gone. Lovers, make moan. Come, trusty sword. Come, blade, my breast imbrue. And farewell, friends. Thus Thisbe ends. Adieu. Adieu. Adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
I am wall too. No, I assure you, the wall is down that parted their fathers. Will it please you to see my epilogue?
No epilogue, I pray you. Never excuse. For when the players are all dead, there need none to be blamed. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers, to bed. Sweet friends, to bed. 'Tis almost fairy time.
Whoa! Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf behowls the moon. Now is the time of night,
Falling darkness like a dream from the presence of the sun, and we fairies that do run now are frolic.
Now, until the break of day,
Through the house each fairy stray. To the best bright bed will we, which by us shall blessed be.
so shall all the couples three ever true in loving be. Make no stay, trip away, meet me all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding but a dream. So good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.